I know this Nottingham Forest and the Crystal Palace game hasn't happened yet, but I'm going to give you a nice recap of the weekend. This was a pretty good weekend. I got the first one wrong. I think I said draw for Spurs and West Ham. Listen, first half, West Ham had Spurs leveled, but Tottenham came out after Kundus got his red card. They came out and got some goals back. 4-1 was the result for that game. I think I predicted Villa and Fulham to be a draw. I'm going to say this. Aston Villa are one of the best teams in the Premier League, and that's plain and simple. And as I think they're sitting 5th or 4th in the Premier League right now, they are going to continue to stay there or rise or become better with Champions League, with the business they did this summer. They have been one of the best teams in the league to watch. Manchester United versus Brentford. I think it was a late winner for Manchester United. Brentford could not get it done. And it is what it is. United saved Eric Ten Hag's job for one more day, one more week. But Brentford has to be better. They have to play better. And they have to be more disciplined. I think that's one of the big things as well. But good for United to get 3 points finally for after a while. Brighton, who's one of the most underrated teams in the Premier League, they go and get 3 points versus Newcastle. Newcastle right now aren't really finding their form. They're really inconsistent. They've been very inconsistent this season and towards the end of last season as well. Hopefully they get better under Eddie Howe, and hopefully they can find it. But currently they just have not been feeling it and feeling the system or style of play at all. Brighton won that match. One of my favorite teams to watch, one of my favorite teams to cover, just the idea that they can have such an amazing youth academy and go get young, youthful players and put them into the same single system and just be so fluid the way they are playing. I think, like, you look at them and they're almost like Liverpool. They're almost like, a team that can go out and get a new manager and just be instantly engraved into that same style of play. But yeah, Brighton's amazing to watch. I love watching them. After being 2-0 down, Leicester City come back and score 3 unanswered versus Southampton to win 2-3. A 90-minute winner as well for Leicester City. Love when Leicester gets to stay in the Premier League. They're such a good team, but they're very young right now as well. Both of these two teams are potentially going to be back in the Champions League at the start of next season. But right now they can definitely still compete and contend in the Premier League this year. Ipswich versus Everton. I got this one right. Everton got all 3 points. Everton, hopefully they can stay consistent under Sean Dyche right now and stay and find their form. This is a great start for them to find that form, winning 2-0. Bournemouth, they steal 3 points off of Arsenal. Arsenal got a red card. Sadibé, I think he got it in the end of the first half. Bournemouth, they were rolling after that. And into the second half, I think they had a couple of chances that they completely missed. But when they got going, they finally did it. And it's a big win for Bournemouth. Big 3 points for them. They are a top half of the Premier League. They're a top 10 team, and week after week they show us why they're a top 10 team. Manchester City versus Wolves. City saved this one late. John Stones gets the 95th minute winner, and some people even think the goal should be disallowed. It is what it is at this point. The rich just gets richer. Wolves could not steal that point off of City, and so it goes 2-1 for City. Chelsea versus Liverpool. As a Chelsea fan, this game was very eye-opening. Liverpool are a really good team, and we know that their style of play is amazing to watch. It actually complements Chelsea's really well. It's about the same. And both of these two teams have the same issues. I think the defense in the back line and positioning in the back line is definitely one of the biggest issues, I would say, with these two clubs. But Chelsea went down to a pen early on, missed pen potentially on Jadon Sancho in the first half. Chelsea comes out at half, 4 minutes, something like that into the half. They go into the second half, they go get a goal. And so Nicholas Jackson pulls it back to 1-1, and then it just is what it is. Chelsea missed their chances. There was a couple chances they had at the back post, but Liverpool ultimately gets it done with a mistake from Reece James. But, big win for Liverpool. They get all 3 points to keep them at the top. But, Chelsea's definitely trying to find their form and be better and more consistent when it comes to defending. But Nottingham Forest versus Crystal Palace. Nottingham Forest is one of the best defenses in the league just because of the system and the tactics that they run. And Crystal Palace are trying to get out of this system right now and out of this place where they are struggling as a team. And so this could go either way. I think Nottingham Forest wins 1-0 or 2-1.